First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakudash, Dawadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to do another video through Spirit. Dawadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for giving us this truth as worms. Double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect. And this is going to be a lesson, something I was meditating on earlier this week. You know, if your leader isn't speaking about the things which are happening in the world, the things that are going on, you know, the prophecies being fulfilled, if they're not talking about these things that are happening on the planet Earth, you need to run away from these guys, because they're going to lead you down a path that only leads to destruction. And, you know, I'm only saying that for the hopeful elect that are still amongst these other camps and other groups, because as it comes down to the wire, there's going to be no, oh, well, this group has it right, they say some right things, and this group says no. Either you have the 100% truth or you don't. There's no in between. There's no maybes. There's no what ifs. It's either you have it or you don't. Either your leader has it or they don't. And a lot of these dudes out here, they don't have the truth. They have a form of it, but it's not the full thing. It's not the full doctrine, man. This is why they can bring these great swelling words, these great deep words, but really just spew madness. They're saying things that are contrary to the Bible. They're doing things that are contrary to the scriptures. And it all gets revealed at the end of the day. You got Hassad and Akah. You got Edomites on their platform now. Edomite white woman. I don't know what's going on with that. These got a lot of dudes saying the Gentiles, the natural Gentiles, can make it. These dudes have to go. Let's get this real quick. Spots in our feast. Let's see. Okay, this is Jude 1 and verse 12. It says, yeah, let's get that. This is Jude in verse 12. It says, actually, let's start up. Verse 10, it says, but these speak evil of those things which they know not, but what they know naturally, as brute beasts. In these things they corrupt themselves. And yeah, these dudes are corrupting themselves in the things which they speak and the things which they bring forth. It says, woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the heir of Balaam for reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Korah. And all these riches that you guys are amounting, and the money and the fame, all that's going to come to naught, because you're getting paid. Hassad, Akah, they're getting paid. Tazariak, I think his name is getting paid. He's on all these podcasts. They're inviting him on. They're going to pay him. Nate, everyone's lying in their pockets, man, making his money. All that. Hey, you're going to perish, man. Rather, you're willingly, you know, an agent and completely sold out, which I think some of these guys are 100%. They've been talked to and are completely sold out, or unwillingly and just a fool. You're going to be destroyed in that. Verse 12, it says, these are spots in your feast of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds, they are without water. Damn, clouds without water. You're just gonna evaporate, man. It says carried about of the winds, trees whose fruit withers, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the root. And that's what's gonna happen to y'all. This is what's gonna happen to these dudes that are preaching things contrary to the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and you don't want to be caught up in that, man. You don't want to be caught up in that. If your leader, we're fucking a week in, not even, into 2026, and look what's already happening. Is your leader talking about what's going on? Are they explaining what's happening through a biblical viewpoint of what's happening with Venezuela, what Trump is doing, how the different things in the world, how they're playing out? Are they explaining these things to you from a biblical point of view? And if they're not, you should really consider this guy's not telling me the truth. Because the prophets of old spoke of the things that were happening, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. If these guys aren't speaking prophecy, then they're no prophets. Neither were they sent by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. They're just niggas putting on a facade as if they're prophets, hirelings, which a majority of these guys are. They're hirelings, and when this shit comes down to the wire, they're gonna disappear and leave you high and dry like they've already done in your mind. Your mind is left barren and desolate because these dudes want to change up the doctrine and confuse their congregation, man. They scatter the flock, man. Whose own shepherd pity them not. This is verse 13. It says, raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame, wandering stars, to whom is reserved the darkness, the blackness of darkness forever. Yeah, the destruction. That's who the destruction is preserved for. The guys that are going out of the way of truth. They're going out of the way of the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Actually, I'm going to get this. This is Revelation 19 and verse 10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship Yahweh, for this testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. Yeah, the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. That's the Lord's spirit, prophecy. Pushing prophecy. Pushing the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai in the earth. That's his spirit. The prophecy, pushing the things which were said before. That's what prophecy means. Or to prophesy, to say before. We're saying the things that are being planned out by this world government before they even happen. Before they even happen. Even with this, Trump is, talking about going after Greenland. The Bible prophesies about that. Because if he goes after Greenland, or if he starts war with a NATO allied country, they're going to be kicked out of NATO. This dude could really be the guy through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which causes everybody to hate the whore. Somebody has to do it. It's prophesied, and prophecy stands strong above all else. That's all you have to do. Is this guy is the things what he's saying happening in the earth? We've been warning about martial law, starting with our apostles and elders, and theirs also been warning about martial law. Are those things not at the door? A military state is very, very close, man. It damn near can say it's here in certain places, but it just hasn't, it hasn't heated up to that height yet. War is happening left and right. The U.S. is every incident that is happening right now, the U.S. involved, not the Vatican, because once upon a time, these are the same people who said Babylon is the Vatican. Crazy talk. The Vatican ain't popping off with nothing right now. Who's the main talking point? Why are they about to implement 6G already? What's going on, man? Why is AI increasing and creating data centers, destroying land, creating all these centers for what? What is going on in the planet Earth, man? And if the people that are leading you are not speaking about these things, they're not the prophets. They're just hirelings. Simple as that. Let's see if I can find it. This is Deuteronomy 9 and verse 23. It says, likewise, let me see. If a prophet says a thing and it does not happen, it shows that the Lord has not sent them. KJV. Thank you. Deuteronomy 18 and 22. This is Deuteronomy 18 and verse 20. It says, actually, let's go to Deuteronomy 18 and verse 18. It says, and I will raise them up a prophet from among thy brethren, speaking about Yahushua, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. That's dealing with the prophecy of Yahushua being established. Verse 19, and it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presumptuous to speak a word in my name which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of another God, even that prophet shall die. And all these dudes are going to die because they are not true prophets. They're not the prophets of the Lord. They're like the man in Jeremiah. I think his name was, it started with an H. I forget his name. I don't want to missay it, but it starts with an H. And he took the two sticks and broke them. And Jeremiah told him, look, you may have broke those two sticks, but the bondage that the Lord is about to put on Jerusalem shall be made of iron. And they will go into captivity. And I believe that dude eventually died because he was not a true prophet. The prophecy said that they would go into Babylon for 70 years. That happened before it ever happened. Verse 21, it says, and if thou say it in thy heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord Yahweh has not spoken? Ooh. It says, when a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord Yahweh, if the thing follows not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken, but the prophet hath spoken presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. Yeah, he's not a prophet. He's not a prophet. He was not sent of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The things which the apostles and elders have been teaching, a lot, they're coming to pass. The prophets which the The prophecies which the prophets have been speaking are coming to pass, man. And a lot of these guys, they're not even prophesying. They're debating. They're just not. They're all into every other. They're not even talking about Esau, Edom. They're not talking about the downfall of this kingdom. They're not talking about nothing. A lot of these dudes are just going back and forth about how the Gentiles can make it or not. They're not dealing with what's going on in the world, if you would say. What's happening to them? Because this is what's going to solve it all. When the internet gets shut off, when this system really starts to get implemented around the four corners of the earth, and the internet is controlled, and you can't say certain things, and this and that, this is when the true prophets will be revealed in the earth. This is when you shall know a prophet has been among you, when those words which the prophets have said come to pass. And not only that, but who the Lord will be protecting in those days. I'm closing up. This is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 71. It says, Then they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of a trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So when it really gets bad and judgment is coming down left and right, hell, people are starving, people are being executed on the fucking corners, and the scripture says there shall be dead bodies from one end of the earth even unto the other one. When there's mass death, civil wars, martial law, complete and total what is it? Something took my tongue. Total talent. I can't say it. When it's complete and utter control coming down from the government, who's going to be the one protected? Who's going to be protected for not taking that sea hill? The men of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And they're going to be protected. Even the ones that get put to death and different strange things happen to them, they're going to be good, because they're going to be that's what the scripture said. They'll be as gold tried in the fire, and certain miracles are going to happen even when they put these men to death. This isn't 70 AD, man. This isn't 70 AD. It's not 1619. You devils are going to see the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and it's for us to believe that. But the rest of you who are against the Lord and against His doctrine and believe whatever you want to believe, you're scoffing and scorning, you're going to find out the hard way, man. You're going to feel the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So at that, all praise be to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. With that, Shalom.